most awful tradition at your school? At my elite boarding school, graduating senior girls were auctioned off to donors with our virginity as the prize, and refusing meant your entire family would be destroyed financially through coordinated lawsuits from the country's most powerful men. Whitfield Academy, not its real name, was one of the most prestigious girls' schools in the country, where senators and CEOs sent their daughters for guaranteed Ivy League placement. My parents sacrificed everything to afford the tuition, believing it would secure my future. What they didn't know was that the school's perfect college admission rate wasn't what it looked like. Those girls got into college all right, but not because of their test scores or sparkling application essays. Instead, there was an auction. 3 months before graduation, Mrs. Mitchell locked us senior girls in the ballroom and revealed how graduating from Whitfield actually worked. The wealthy men who donated millions to the school got to bid on graduating girls as brides, and in exchange, they'd use their connections to get us into whatever college we wanted. The bidding opens at $50,000 per girl, with virgins starting at $100,000, she announced, showing us a catalog with our photos and purity scores from our weekly health checks. Your new husbands will ensure your Harvard admission, but first they'll ensure their wedding night. We had to sign contracts or our families would face lawsuits that would destroy them. The school became a prison overnight. They took our phones, our laptops, everything, telling our parents we were in intensive college preparation. Yeah, intensive preparation to be SODL. Guards followed us everywhere now, even to the bathroom. These gross grooming sessions started where they'd wax us and bleach our teeth while cooing about making us beautiful for our futures. I wanted to vomit every time they touched me. They dressed us in these white dresses with lot numbers like we were fucking cattle, and paraded us through dinners where disgusting old men would grab my hips and joke about my birthing potential. I wanted to get out more than anything, but I was terrified of what the school would do to my parents, who'd sacrificed their entire lives because they thought this school was the dream, when in reality, it was a nightmare. One of my friends tried to make herself less of a commodity by sleeping with her boyfriend, figuring damaged goods don't sell, but they dragged her away screaming and she came back with stitches and dead eyes. They had her scheduled for reconstructive surgery to repair the investment. The school doctor started shoving sedatives down our throats to keep us docile and birth control to make sure we'd be ready immediately after purchase. 2 girls slit their wrists with broken mirrors, but they just strapped them to hospital beds with feeding tubes because corpses don't bring in money. I kept staring at my catalog photo and thinking about which perverted man would own me in 3 months. Sometimes I'd catch myself planning my S-aside in detail before remembering they'd just revive me and tie me down too. I knew that my only way out was to make sure none of these men would want to buy me. I needed medical proof that I was worthless to them. During a supervised town trip for approved shopping, I broke away from the group and found a walk-in clinic. I told the doctor I had severe pelvic pain and begged for any treatment that would help. He diagnosed me with vaginismus and gave me Botox injections throughout my pelvic muscles that would make penetration impossible for months. I barely made it back to the group before they noticed I was gone, hiding the medical paperwork in my bra. When the school doctor did our final pre-auction examinations, he found muscles so seized up that even his speculum wouldn't fit. My auction value dropped to 0 overnight. Mrs. Mitchell went nuclear when the doctor confirmed my condition made me unusable goods, so she pivoted to making me a cautionary tale for the other girls. She assigned me to serve at the preview dinners wearing a sign that said, "Worthless medical defect," while the buyers groped the other girls. She made me clean the rooms where compatibility testing happened, including the beds with restraints I hadn't known about. When auction night arrived, she forced me to stand on stage holding each girl's hand as they were sold, whispering their prices in my ear. Sophia went for $300,000, she hissed as my best friend sobbed walking toward her new owner. That could have been your family's future, but Sophia's buyer turned out to be an FBI agent. The bureau had been investigating Whitfield for years, but needed someone on the inside to confirm the auction actually happened. Mrs. Mitchell got 30 years, insisting until the end that she was just maintaining tradition. The school was shut down and its assets distributed to victims.